Hey guys, this is the Imaginator here today to bring you One Piece Manga Chapter 801, Entire Proclamation of a New Era. So this review is going to be divided into three parts. The first one is going to be about Cyberpole Zero and the closure of Dressrosa for good this time. And number two is going to be about Doflamingo's lecture to Siriu and Jack. And then the third is finally going to be the Straw Bounties. So with all that being said, let's get started. Okay, so let's go to Cyberpole Zero first. When I saw this, I was kind of like very happy because finally we get to see that Cyberpole Zero is now going to be relevant to the overall story of One Piece. Because we haven't seen them since the beginning of Dressrosa. So I was kind of like scratching my head like, where are these guys? You know, I was wondering for quite a long time. And the Dressrosa arc's been around for 2 years. So finally we get to see some of the characters who are part of the Cyberpole Zero within Dressrosa in the darkest shadows that is said in the manga chapter. Two of the characters that we've seen may have returned. One is Fathom, who was the director of the Cyberpole 9 group. And then you have the leader, well, the strongest person in Cyberpole 0, Cyberpole 9, anyway, back then, Rob Lucci, who is now part of Cyberpole 0. And he was communicating with an unknown individual within the Detamuchi, and he mentioned about the revolutionary armies and etc. But we kind of know it's Rob Lucci because we see the little mustache and we see the pigeon. The pigeon pretty much give it away because he's the only character that will have a pigeon on his shoulder. I mean, who else, can have that? So even though he has not made a full appearance, we pretty much know who he is. Okay, so that was pretty interesting to see him back and spat him. So now we go into the New World Ocean, where we have the Marines, Fujitora, Sengoku, and Siriu and Doflamingo. Sengoku and Fujitora have a discussion mainly about him capturing Law and Luffy, because if he doesn't, then he can't return back to his base, and Sengoku called him a fool, and to tell what's his name? Sasasuki, if I pronounce that right. That he will feel sorry or has some sort of remorse for his decision, Fujitora's decision. And Doflamingo gives a lecture to Siriu that who's gonna be ruling these seas now since he's now commissioned, because it felt like Doflamingo was kind of like the pillar. He was kind of like maintaining the whole chaos of the New World, in my personal opinion, the way I saw it throughout the Dressrosa arc. But now since he's gone, he talks about all these big names, the Yonko, the Worst Generation. Who else is involved? I'm trying to think who else. The Yonko, oh yeah, the Warlords, and etc. And he mentions about Goldie Roger and Whitebeard and the D clan. So all that right there, information was very important through the overall story, because he then concludes through his lecture that the biggest war is upcoming, which is going to be the final war of this whole story of One Piece, which I can't wait to see. This is going to be exciting. But yeah, he mentions that there's going to be a big war that's going to come up in the future. And then now we're going to go to the bounties, which I think is the most important part of this whole chapter. So basically, it seems like Luffy and company are in Bartomelo's ship, and he named it like the Bartomelo Club something Luffy, the Going Luffy ship or something like that. He named it because his fascination with Luffy is like immense. It's crazy. Now the bounties are revealed, where we have Luffy's, whose bounty is 500 million. They're all their bounties went up, and Bartomelo mentions Law's bounty. He threw his bounty post in the trash, which was pretty hilarious. And he tells Law that his bounty is 500 million as well. So yeah, Luffy's 500 million. Zoro's is 320 million. Robin is 130 million. Frankie's is 94 million. Usopp surprisingly 200 million, and I'll get to that after I'm done naming all the bounties. Nami's is 66 million, and Brooks is 83 million. Chopper's went up to 100, so his simply doubled. And I think that's all the Strawhats. Yeah, and Frankie got offended that Usopp's bounty exceeded his, while his is still like not even in the hundreds, which that was pretty funny. So yeah, Usopp. The reason why I say that Usopp's bounty to me was shocking was because we already know bounty, the number of bounty is pretty much represented when you are a threat to the world government. You know how much of a threat you are towards them. And to me, Usopp isn't really. I mean, he is very strong. I mean, he's gotten stronger after 2 years and done some intensive training in his own right. You know, about this plant sniping and all that. But I feel like him as a person isn't really that threatening, in my personal opinion. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't think his bounty should have been 200. I think it should have been at least in the 100s, kind of near Nico Robin's. Because besides his sniping skills, if you compare it to the other Strawhats, even though they're all dangerous in their own right, but I feel like Usopp shouldn't deserve to be at the 200 mark. He should have been at least in the hundreds. I mean, that's just my opinion. If you don't like it, that's fine. I mean, we all think differently. But yeah, that's what I think. Should have been, I'll say at least 120 something million. I think that should have been his bounty, in my personal opinion. Sanji should have been at least in the 200s, millions. But yes, so oh yeah, that's Sanji too. Sanji, yeah, his is 177 million now too. So that's his second current bounty. At the end of the chapter, though, we get a very important scene here, a very interesting one, that Sanji's bounty is only valid if he's only alive. And I was kind of like, what in the world? I mean, that's kind of cool, but also strange. So Sanji is like a special case where if he is dead, if he's captured dead, then the bounty is invalid. A lot of people have been coming up theories now with Sanji's, saying that he is like a descendant or like the son of parents who are in a royal family, which are, pretty much a descendant of the 20 kingdoms. So to me, it's not really that far-fetched now. I think he's related to someone really huge. Who is it exactly? I don't know. But it's fascinating for Sanji's character. So Sanji is going to get, pretty much Sanji is going to have a lot of hype, which he does now. And we'll see what this whole bounty takes him. Hopefully we get more information about why his bounty is only valid when he's captured alive in the next chapter. I can't wait. So yeah, that's it, guys. That is my review. Like, rate, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you like about the chapter. Tell me what you didn't like about the chapter. And yes, so please remember to rate, comment, subscribe for more anime manga reviews, anime discussions, and many more. With that being said, guys, have a great day. Sanji's bounty mystery.